Hello, welcome to the sideboard one last time here at the Star City Games Team Open in Richmond, part of the SCG Tour, brought to you by Ultimate Guard Carnox Chairs. Nick Miller alongside all now multi-time Open champions, Kassis, Pete Ingram, Corey Baumeister. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, the invitation, all right, okay.
No, I won an Open also.
Okay, Legacy Open win with Miracles before it got banned.
Yes.
Corey, come on.
Yeah, that was so long ago. I had no idea.
First of all, congratulations, guys. Let's talk about each of the decks here because all the decks were effectively new coming into this weekend. Ely, one loss on the weekend.
Yes.
Talk about your Dimir Wurza deck. You knew coming in you had to beat Amulet, and you beat it a lot.
Yes, I beat it 9 times. I want to say, yeah, 9 times.
Nice.
Yeah. So I stream it all the time. I stream Urza almost primarily. It's kind of like my shtick. So I've tested a ton of different Urza variants since the banning happened, even though it's only been like 2 weeks. But every stream I only do Urza. So I got enough reps in that I was able to cut Damping Sphere and Unmoored Ego out of my sideboard and still knew that that matchup was so favorable. So I didn't even need those cards. And I still went undefeated against that deck. So I was really happy with my changes. They told me just make sure I can beat that matchup. And they were right. I played it 9 times.
And we had to give a huge shout out to Jonathan Hobbs. I just saw his tweet.
Aethergust.
Aethergust, and Aethergust literally wins us
won us
the Open.
Tournament,
so
and it won us many more matches.
We love you, Hobbs.
One of my Jund opponents put Choke out, and it just would have been a blowout. But I got to Mystic Sanctuary back Aethergust, and then tuck away Choke and untap.
Yeah.
And it was just
A few weeks ago, Urza was arguably after Oko the most played card in Modern. Only person with Urza in your deck this weekend on day 2.
Okay.
Really?
So I think people maybe
read that
slept
card?
on it a little bit.
Yeah, I think they are sleeping on it. I wouldn't be surprised to see a resurgence. I have, a meager following. It's around like 100 people, but almost all of them were playing it in various things, side events, classics. A lot of them are messaging me in our Discord chat about it. So I expect a resurgence.
Pete, the Dimir Inverter deck stole the attention of the Pioneer format a couple days ago.
Yeah.
It was the most played deck here, day 2 for Pioneer. All 4 players in the top 4 had it. How good is this deck?
It is very good. I don't know if I would have said that yesterday after going 4-5 with it, but the deck is very good. Has a lot of resiliency. It's not very easy to hate out because if an opponent has Rest in Peace in play, you can just get with 6 mana, win instantly. Obviously, you're playing discarding counter magic, so you're just playing a natural control game and just able to win the game. The deck's very good, and next week at the Players Tour, it's definitely going to be the top contender to be looking for. I'm not sure I'm going to run it back because I don't want to play the mirrors anymore. But I definitely think the deck's here to stay for sure in Pioneer.
Right, and people didn't have a ton of time to prepare for it coming into it this weekend. Now that people are aware of it and seeing how dominant it was, is it still going to be as good, do you think?
I think it's going to get worse naturally as people kind of figure out how to beat it more. Faster decks are able to play cards like Tormod's Crypt, and then that makes you have to get to the 6 mana, and then you're, basically against fast deck, it's not always going to happen. And even the mirror, I had opponents playing Ribulette, which is quite good in the mirror, comes up often. And I think as the deck just gets more refinedly built, it'll just be still one of the top tier decks of the metagame for sure.
Corey, week 1 standard, effectively your place to be.
Oh yeah, that's home.
You were championing the Azorius control deck. Looked like it performed pretty well for you this weekend.
Yeah, so I had basically 73 of the 75 last week, and I was just playing on the ladder, and I recognized. Started with shout out to Brian Gottlieb because he played blue-white enchantment control with the 4 mana 3/4. The thing that put in 2/2 Pegasus or whatever, Archon of whatever.
Sun's Grace.
And I played that, and I thought that the whole shell was really good, but some of the cards just weren't performing well. But cards that were Elspeth Conquers Death and Dream Trawler. So I wanted to just max out on that, and I maxed out on that, and I thought, bringing back a Narset with Elspeth Conquers Death and putting it to 6 loyalty and getting 3 activations in a 5 to 6 Wrath deck was just insane. So I went 19-0 on Arena last week. Didn't test at all because I went to New Jersey. And then I came back, and I was honestly about to switch decks because Team of Reclamation and Mono Red just popped up, like nobody's business over the weekend. And I do think Team of Rec is a bit of a rough matchup, and I actually played it the last 4 rounds of this Open. happened. But I thought it was good enough, and I had enough reps to do so that I just jammed it. And for Narset was just unbelievable in the mirror and stuff. And I know Shaheen played it as well. We were both 8-1 on day one with it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It felt really good.
How'd the weekend feel for all y'all? Because Pete and Corey, you teamed together and won the Open last year. Ely, you're no stranger to success here. You guys seem to have everything covered this weekend.
Well, day one, after day one, me and Ely, I think we can express this together. We both booked chiropractor appointments from carrying Pete so much that.
I'm used to carrying you, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So we were really hoping we could cancel that chiropractor appointment after day two, and Pete X1 and definitely delivered.
I really liked that you wanted to get him a coloring book.
Yeah.
Honestly, yesterday would have made no difference had I had that.
Yeah, so day one, it only mattered one round. Me and Ely, I went 8-1. I went 8-1. He went 9-0 day one. So we only needed Pete for one round. He lost, but so we were joking that we were going to get him a coloring book for round two to have something to do.
Sure. It's good to say too. Like I think we had really good, well-prepared decks for the format. We felt like ahead of the rest of the field. All of our deck lists and cyber guides were on our Patreon days before this event.
Yeah,
so
yeah, we just started the Patreon.
Team BCW.
Yeah. We just gave it away.
Yeah, we did. All of you had it. Several of our opponents were like, I should have subscribed just to know what I'm playing against.
Yeah, smart. But honestly, I want to say one thing that, I never have to worry about Pete's plays. I never have to worry about Ely's plays.
Yeah.
And never having to look over and think if your opponent or if your teammate is making a mistake or something is great. So wouldn't rather do it with any other boys. So,
Heck yeah.
It was good.
Wrapping up here, you're playing against Dilks there in game 3. You have the Aether Gust in hand, and they're sitting there debating. Dilks says to Edgar,
My thoughts, don't smile, don't smile.
Is it time to go?
Don't smile, don't
When you
smile.
said I'm tired, I'm like,
I was like, because I saw it all happening in my mind. The Summoners Pact into the Azusa. I was like, I whispered to you that I was like, let the Summoners Pact resolve, get the Azusa, and that's.
I even wanted to play the Talisman to entice him, like just leaving up 2 mana exactly, because there's not much I can have there. Drown didn't work, and Deprive was the only other thing, and it's a 1-of in my deck, and he just didn't think of the Aether Gust. He mentioned if I had Metallic Rebuke in previous games, it's not even in my 75. He must have just missed it scrolling through the sheet.
Yeah.
So it was nice considering that, but that
Y'all-
didn't do it either.
Champions here, closing shout outs, and then we'll send it back to Patrick and Cedric. We'll let that speak for everything.
Yeah.
Take us home.
And it's still on us.